Okay, good day, everyone. It's about to go down. Okay, so good day. You can hear me. I want to know in the comment section if you can hear me. It's the day 3 of the World Creative Summit, and today we are having Dr. Shola Animashao. We are having this number of amazing speakers, Emeka Nobis, Peter Ayeni. It's going to be an amazing section today. You don't want to miss any second of the section. If you can hear me, if I'm visible enough, I want to know in the comment section. Femi, can you confirm that in the comment section that I'm clear, my voice is good, our audio is good? I want to know in the comment section, right? Okay, so Doctor was here. He was in the waiting room, but now he's not there again. Femi, I hope you can reach out to him. If you can hear me, I want to know in the comment section. This is Paula Folagbade, the president of Warrior and the host of the Wealthy Creative, right? And today, we started day before yesterday, right? And we've been having back-to-back, content, rich content from speakers all over the world, not just Nigeria. Amazing content people, creative folks that are doing greatly when it comes to making money with their stuff. You want to watch those videos, the replay, a lot was shared. A lot was shared. Okay, so I'm waiting for comments in the comment section to be very sure that I'm visible, to be very sure that I'm audible, like I'm really clear. You can hear me, you can see me clearly. Okay, I want to know if you can hear me. I want to know if you can see me clearly. Okay. Okay, Femi, can you please reach out to Dr. Shola again? He was here, he was in the, okay, so he has joined back. Amazing. So I'm going to bring Doctor in now. Doctor, you are live on the
What's up? How you doing?
I'm all right. I like that.
I can hardly hear you.
Oh, you can hardly hear me, really? Oh,
I can hardly hear you.
Wow.
Is there a way you can crack it up a bit?
Okay.
Hardly hear you.
Okay, just hold on. Hello, can you hear me now? Am I better?
It's almost the same thing. Maybe I'll just.
Whoa.
Let me see. Man. Can you increase the volume there?
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah. I can hardly hear you, but that means I will probably be moving close like this.
Moving like this, really? Oh. How about now? I'm actually screaming.
Honestly, I've signed out, I've signed in, and it's not improving.
You still can't hear me. Woo.
Okay, I can hear your Don't worry, let's get started.
Oh.
So I'm trying to sign in on another device as an audience, so I will hear, but I think there will be delay. But then let's go ahead. How are you doing? It's nice to see you.
Good to see you. Good to see you, boss. Good to see you.
Don't worry, we'll win this.
We will win this, right? I believe. Okay, good to see you. Nice stuff you're doing. Really nice stuff you're doing, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for all you're doing in the photography and creative industry. I'm really proud to be associated with you. Thank you for the legacy you're building. Okay, Doctor, can you hear me? Is it better? Funny enough, people are saying in the comments that they can hear me. You've mounted yourself. Your mic is not coming. We can hear you. You've muted yourself. I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now? You can hear me now, right?
Exactly. You
okay. So I find
yourself.
It hard.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now.
And that might be an issue. But then I'm trying to see if I can sign in. Let me see if you can hear me signing for my mail here. I want to see if I can sign in for my system. Okay. This will be very clear though. Okay. You understand? But then I'm trying to see if I can sign in for my system so that we can hit that running. I know that we have less than 30 minutes. I think it's 20 minutes now.
Yeah.
I want to hit the hard. I want to hit it hard run, but then I need to be able to hear you so that.
Okay, so this is what I'm also thinking. If you can hear me, this is what I'm thinking. I think I would leave here for you to discuss on the topic. Maybe I won't do much questioning, right? Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you say that again? I would allow you do the section without asking more questions. I mean, you know, I won't do more of questioning. Like I will allow you to take the section up, you know, just go ahead and teach on the topic of how you can build portfolios that sell. So I won't do much of questioning so that you can have enough time to talk because people can hear you. I can hear you. Everybody can hear you, right? So just go ahead and teach.
If I heard you right, what you're saying is that I should go on with what I want to teach, that at the end of the day, there will be questions in the chat, then we can pick it up from there.
Exactly. I won't talk.
Okay.
Yes, I won't talk. Yeah.
Okay then. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do I have the floor now? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing? My name is Shola Animashaun, and it is lovely to be here today. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a visual storyteller. That means that I tell brand story, business story, corporate stories with the use of visual storytelling, basically photography and videography. You understand? Basically photography and videography. That is how I tell my own stories. I started a couple of years ago. Let me bring my old camera. I started a couple of years ago, and how I did this was that while I was preparing to go for my NYSC 2002, 2003, I got a camera, and I do not understand how I was going to use the camera. You understand? So I got a camera, and that was how my story started. This was the camera. Oh no, this is not the camera. The other one. Okay, I was going to show you the camera. Okay, so this is the camera that I bought 20 years ago. You understand? That was how I started my story. Now, this age, what you do will probably be to pick your phone and start your journey. You understand? So that was how I started. I studied accounting in school, and when I got a job in an accounting firm, I turned it down. I eventually turned it down after waiting 3 years looking for a job. I turned it down overnight to pick photography. You understand? And over the years, I'd metamorphosed from being a photographer to being a cinematographer. A lot of people do not know that I run a production company. I've been running a production company for more than 7 years now. And the reason why I have not made so much noise about it is simply because of one of the things that we're going to be discussing today, which is building a portfolio that attracts premium brands. So I run a production company called SA Production. I've been running underground for 7 years. And the reason why I was quiet was because I was basically building portfolio. The question is, why am I using that much time to build a portfolio? And I will tell you this. Now, the reason why I spent this much time building portfolio in video production was because when you tell people what you do and people are interested in you, the first thing they're going to ask you is for your portfolio. So, for example, now, let's imagine that you're a photographer and you're telling me that you're a documentary photographer, you understand? And let's imagine I have an NGO. The first thing I'll ask you is that, oh, wow, you're a documentary photographer. I run an NGO. Can I see some of the things you have done? I'm going to make different case studies for you. Now, why do I qualify to teach this small class? Apart from the fact that I started almost 20 years ago, I'd done several projects. within Nigeria and out of Nigeria, and there is not a way you are going to do projects without having a portfolio. Let me quickly pick a case up. About 12 years ago, I think 12, 13 years ago, there was a presentation I had. I was still a rookie then. There was a presentation I had, and I was going to meet this couple at a Chinese restaurant. So when I got to the Chinese restaurant, they asked to see my portfolio. Yes, I had portfolio to show them. And while I was showing them portfolio, the couple were impressed. But then some of their friends came. They were like, "Oh, is this your portfolio?" I said yes. And they started mentioning the name of the name photographers. Do you know Kelechi Amadiobi? I said yes, he's my friend. Do you know Tiwa? Yes, he's my friend. Do you know Lord? So yes, he's my colleague and my friend. The next thing they said is that, why are you charging what you're charging? And I'm like, okay. Now, immediately, where it shut my laptop and I left. Now, I told myself that if my portfolio was not impressive enough, you understand, they don't want that. Now, my you understand, and people ask me that, oh, what's your charges? I have I need to show you my portfolio so that you will not compare me with someone else. Because people have the tendency of comparing someone else is better than you. People which someone else is creating that you understand, either to appreciate or to rob. Everything was that, and I told you that it would be a little bit for you to go and eat. For you, I don't think you are the right kind for me. I don't want to call me. I am more. Today, you don't know that premium brand. I want to qualify to take this class. I work with a few premium brands, not a few, I work with a few. I had the privilege of working. My career, I had the privilege of working with Globalcom on Globalcom. I worked on projects for MTN. I worked with brands like British Candle. I worked with Youth for Technology, NGO, with Youth for Youth Technology, with the Headies. I worked voice. I'm really working on a few ones that I can mention. And I work with international organization, Germany, I really work with one in UK, you understand. But see, before anybody will want to patronize you, or before people that are brands indeed will want to patronize you, you understand, they will ask for your portfolio. There was a case that happened 2 weeks ago. Someone referred me from an agricultural. Someone referred me from an agricultural documentary, and when I started talking with the lady that is going to engage me, the first thing she asked is that, you came highly recommended, but can we stop that? Now, immediately she said, can you see what you have done? I said, in what space? And she said, in agriculture. Now, remember that I told you that I've been doing documentary for the past 7 years. Now, some of the documentaries I've been doing are basically portfolio building. So my focus was 1, entertainment; 2, culture; 3, documentaries; 4, travel; 5, online content creation; 6, what is it? And I was education. So I actually education factor. Now, I needed strength work and now immediately this lady asked me to drop off and extensively on agriculture. I just sent her links to several documents. When I saw it, I see not all of I sense she only that will make I didn't know she was on.
Hello, I think he's having issues with his network right now. So I hope he's able to join us back. Can I know if my own network is good? If you can hear me, please let me know in the comment section. If you can hear me, if I'm audible enough, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, that's amazing. For him to spend 7 years building portfolio, that's truly amazing. You can see the importance of how this stuff is to your career and yeah, to attract the right audience. He can rejoin again. Yes, he can. Can I know if you can hear me? Okay, we are good. Okay, awesome, awesome. Portfolio. How are you building yours? How are you being intentional about building the right portfolio? York said something yesterday. If you didn't watch that video, you want to go get it again. He said one of the best thing or the good thing he has done for himself was when he was starting out working in a corporate organization to understand how to document and even present yourself in a beautiful and attractive way. And that is exactly what really helped Ayox to be who he is now. And that is what is that help what's it called now, Dr. Shola to also be who he is right now. DK is joining me soon. She's in the waiting room and she's going to join me very soon, right? While we wait for Dr. Shola to join us and continue with the amazing and powerful section, I hope you've written a lot down and I hope you're sharing the link for people to join these, to learn from these not just creative folks, but that are making real money. If you don't know Shola Animashaun, I bet you are not in the creative space. If you don't, there's someone that has worked with, mention all the big guys you want to mention in Nigeria, right? So we are very intentional about the people we decided to bring on this stage. Yes, the journey to heaven is usually narrow. I think that's how it's said, and that is why it's not everybody. That's why there's this thing say that the higher you go, the more competitive it becomes. Right? The higher you go, the more competitive it. The under people, they are the people that don't seek for knowledge. That's why we are not many in this class like this. People are busy hustling. They don't want to even understand what really works. And there's this say that even before you raise money or start a business, first learn about business because it's going to do you well. And that is what we are doing right here. So I want to, okay, I'm looking at the comment section. We don't have any question right now. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section for him. As soon as he comes online, he is going to attend to that, right? Let's do it that way. He's not yet in the backstage. Please tell him I'm not seeing him in the backstage. He should click on the link and rejoin again, right? I'm seeing DK Jonah the backstage. I'm not seeing Shola Animashaun in the backstage yet. So please pick the link, share on your Twitters, share on Facebook. Let the people that matters to you join right now. Let them join right now because the section is going to be amazing. Like you can see, it's someone that is very passionate. and he's been sharing so much. And I can tell you that this is exactly what you need right now, right? So, okay, Femi, please follow up on Shola Anima Shao. Before then, let me bring DK here. I know DK is
Hey,
set. Yeah.
how are you?
DK, have you been? I'm fine. Have you been following the section with
I
Shola
tried to
Anima
follow,
Shao?
but I think I found it quite interesting. I think is my mic connected? Can
Oh,
you hear me?
really? Yes, yes, I can hear you. You're very clear.
Awesome.
You're audible.
I think
Yes, yes, yes.
it's wonderful when people in the industry are saying the same thing. Be consistent, have
You
your
get.
portfolio, and sell yourself. So Dr. Shala is back.
Yes, he's back. He's
Yes.
still trying to set up. I would add him
Okay.
back. He was having issue hearing me when I was talking,
Okay.
so that's
All right.
why I decided to allow him to just take the stage and teach.
Oh, I
Straight.
was wondering
So
why he
the-
was alone. Okay, so I'll be your
yeah,
backup.
exactly. I hope he will be able to hear you as well. I'm actually thinking the
Hopefully.
network is from him. The issue is from him. But I'm going to add him back now, and we're going to test this. I think he's
He's
off
out
again.
of the because I was
He's
looking
off
at his
again.
mic settings to see if we can look at his mic settings to see what we could do about that. Okay. Oh,
Okay.
hi Femi. Femi said he can hear me. Please, Femi, follow up as much as you can. Let's see what we
Yeah.
can get from Dr. Shola.
Yeah.
All right, Fola,
Oh,
how has
okay,
it been?
so
Oh, he's back.
it's been awesome, really. It's back. I'm going to try to add him back now.
Okay.
This portfolio thing, people take it for granted. I'm happy that most of the guys we've been bringing, they've been talking on this same thing. You need a
I always tell
very
people
good
to
portfolio.
document their brag book by themselves because sometimes you're doing
Yeah.
little roles and you want to wait for the big ones to start documenting and you may
You
miss
understand?
certain
And
things. So start creating your own digital brag book. If someone says, oh, can you do this? You can
exactly.
easily retrieve it. I don't know if Dr. Shola can hear
Exactly.
us now.
Yes, I'm hoping so. I'm going to add him back to join
Okay.
us right now. Okay. Doctor,
Awesome.
Doctor, can you hear?
My people, I apologize.
Can you-
I don't know what happened. I just disappeared
can you-
like that. Sincere
Yes,
apologies,
network.
please.
But can you hear me? Can you hear me?
It's
Is it
still the
better?
same way, but
Okay,
oh,
but
okay.
can you hear
DK,
me?
Can you hear DK? Hey, he has moved.
Ah,
Okay, can you hear
Nigeria.
me? Am
Can
I
you hear
more
DK?
I
audible?
apologize, people.
Can you hear DK?
Hello?
Dr. Shola, can you hear
Can you
me?
put?
I can hear
I
you.
don't think you can hear.
The audio level is still the same way.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh.
Let me look at your mic settings.
Okay, please, DK, check.
I'm going to make it to be. What about now?
It's still the same way.
I've increased it to 200.
Okay, so you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna
noise cancellation and see if that would help.
We're gonna allow him. DK,
Okay.
let's
All right.
allow him take the stage. Let's just allow him take the stage like he was doing before.
Awesome.
Okay. All right, sir. You can continue.
Okay, so sincere apologies. I don't know what happened. I just disappeared for a while, but I was here all the while. You understand? So, okay, so remember that the topic is building a portfolio that attracts premium brand. Now, let me jump into it. How do you build a portfolio that will attract premium brands? It all starts with you. The first thing you need to do is pick an industry first. What do you want to be known for? You understand? So for me, I decided that where my love is, because I'd read a few books, and one of the things I learned about about books that I read is that pick a career that you will love, so that even if you're bored at some point, you understand, you won't mind being in that career. You understand? I love photography. I love video production. Anything that has to do with storytelling. Oh my God. I love teaching as well. I have an academy. Yes, you understand. So pick an industry. You need to pick first. You have to decide if it is photography you want to do, if it is content marketing you want to do, if you want to be a writer, if you want to be a poet, if you want to be a lawyer. Just like you decide to be a lawyer, to person, to be an accountant, to be a pilot, you have to decide. Then once you decide, you have to go all consistent from day one. from day one. Remember that what we're discussing is building a portfolio that attracts premium brand. So once you pick a niche or an industry that you want to jump in, number two, learn the ropes. You understand? Learn the ropes. And learning the rope may take you a lifetime. You understand? I have a shortcut for you. Now, in learning the ropes, if you want a shortcut to the top, really, there's no shortcut. But then let me give you a shortcut that really makes sense. Find a mentor. What do I mean by you find a mentor? Find someone that had been where you want to be. Find someone that is where you want to be. Find someone that is on his or her journey to where you want to be. Understand? Find someone that does not mind sharing their failures, their successes, their challenges, their frailties with you. You understand? Their joy, their challenges with you. You understand? So remember, I mentioned that you should pick an industry first. Understand the industry you're getting into. Find a mentor. One of the most important reasons why you should find a mentor is that it shortens your learning curve. Oh, that is one of our caption. We'll tell you to shorten your learning curves by coming to us to learn. You understand? Find someone that will help your journey become easy because they are ready to share. Now, why should you find a mentor? A mentor has failed more than you have dared to even try. A mentor has failed so many times that they know that if they close their eyes, they know that if you sigh like, they know that you are frustrated. They know that you're excited. They know that you understand. Find a mentor that is really interested in you. Find a mentor that will guide you. Now, I've been close to several people that started multi-millionaire businesses that ran down. You understand? Awesome people that have that wrote cash flow. They are so brilliant to break down cash flows. You understand? People that could write business plan, and all the plans failed. Why? They've never been in that industry before, and the only research they did was on the internet. So they thought because they have gathered all the information on the internet, is high time they jump into it. In finding a mentor, if you can't find a physical mentor, you understand, pay for classes online. When you pay for classes online, what happens is it's just like buying a text, you understand, or a manual that someone that had succeeded or had failed had done, you understand. So finding a mentor will really, really help you. And we're talking about building a portfolio that attracts premium brand. Now, the reason why I said you should find a mentor is this, and I'm a living example of such. So yesterday I had a shoot for a fintech company, and while we were doing the shoot, while we were going for the shoot, I took four of my proteges. Four of my proteges joined me to do a commercial shoot. So while I was panicking, they saw how I was panicking. While I was finding solution, they saw how I was finding solution. You understand? While the client was talking to me, I put them in so that we can both listen to the brief. You understand? Now, in building portfolio that will attract premium brand, you need to know what kind of portfolio to build. You understand? You need to understand what your clients stand for. Now, I had mentioned that I'd worked for a few top brands, for a few international brands, and some of the reason why I got to work was basically because I was good at one. Now, I always say that opportunity, there are two things that you have in life. You have two things. One will be excuse, the other one will be opportunities. Let me say that again. You have opportunities and you have excuses. Now, there are unique things about excuses. You will always find excuse. Not even about lying, you understand. You will always find excuse. So if you want to steal something from the pot, you can say that you are hungry, you understand. Or just if you want to indulge yourself, you can be truthful that, oh, you know what, I'm taking one, but then I just want to take three more, you understand. You can always find excuse. Is always surrounding you. But then there are opportunities. Now, the unique things about opportunities is this. Opportunity is the only thing that when you use one up, you get another. When you use one up, you get another. So about 3 years ago, I had the opportunity of shooting content for Google Nigeria. I know how I got this by doing small projects You understand? By doing small projects for some beautiful, wonderful women. And when they had a big project for the Google country manager, guess who they called? They called me to come and do the video production and to do photography. You understand? So when the big job came for Google Gogon, guess who they called? Now, when you tell me to list the list of my clients, I will add Google to it. You understand? Good. So building portfolio that attracts premium brand. Before you build portfolio that will attract a premium brand, you have to be known for something. Remember, I told you to understand the industry you want to go into. 2, I mentioned that you should find a mentor that will show you the ropes, you understand, so that you'll be pointed to the right direction, so that your failures will be minimal and your success will be escalated, right? You need to pick a niche. You understand? What are you known for? Or rather, what do you want to be known for? When they mention your name in the industry, what do you want people to know you for? You understand? So let me mention 3 names, and you tell me what comes to mind quickly. So when I mention Versace, the fashion brand Versace, what comes to mind? Write it in the chat. Let me see. What comes to mind? When I say Versace, what comes to mind? When I say Aston Martins, you know the kind of vehicle James Bond drives. When I say Aston Martins, God bless you, you said luxury, right? When I say Aston Martins, or when I say Lexus, or when I say Rolls Royce, what comes to mind? Now, listen. When I mention the name of this country, what comes to mind? Don't worry, it's not Nigeria. When I say China, what comes to mind? When I say product from China, what comes to mind? You see? When I say product from Japan, what comes to mind? When you hear the mention of the name Nigeria from foreigners, what comes to mind? Those are perceptions. You understand? Those perceptions are what is linked to you. So what do you want to be known for? So when I say Kelechi Amadiobi, what comes to mind? When I say T.Y. Bello, what comes to mind? When I say Banky W, what comes to mind? When I say Wizkid, what comes to mind? When I say Fela, what comes to mind? When I say Fela Drotoye, what comes to mind? You understand? Now, you should understand that you're a man. I was talking to Maya Tafo, the fashion designer, a couple of years ago, and he told me that, Shola, can you imagine that the name Maya Tafo, me as a brand behind the brand, Mai, had actually made me money than the brand, Mai. People need to know you. People do not associate, whatever your brand is, people will associate with someone that represents your brand. So while you are representing your brand, what do you stand for? You understand? What comes to mind when people mention you? You understand? So you must pick a niche. You must be known for something. Quickly, you know this guy. His name is Jesus Christ. So when Jesus started his ministry and started preaching, someone asked in the Bible, who is that? Then someone replied. He said, that is Jesus, son of Joseph. The what? The carpenter. He was known for something. You must be known for something before people relate with you, associate with you, patronize with you, or even ask to see what you have done. You understand? Good. So in building a portfolio that attracts premium brand, they need to know you as a brand. You understand? When they mention you, what comes to mind? That jolly good fellow that does photography, that does content creation, that is a lawyer, that represents people that can't represent themselves. You understand? What comes to mind? So you need to pick a niche. You understand? Then another thing that you need to do in building brands that people will relate with. You understand? Simple. Be where those brands are. Be where those brands are. And where are all of those brands? Tell me. They are on social media platform. They are on social media platform. So it was there was a statistic that I saw a couple of years ago, and they said that out of 8 human beings of this planet, 1 of them will be or is already on Facebook. That means out of 8 to 9 billion people on this planet. 1 billion is on Facebook. You will find Coca-Cola on Facebook, you will find Toyota on Facebook, you will find Aston Martins on Facebook. They are all there because their target audience are there. You need to know where your target audience are. So let's imagine that you're a skillful creative and you want to be a wealthy creative and you know what you're doing. You know, sometimes you see your portfolio and you'll be like, let me quickly tell you a story. There's a student of mine that I taught about 5 years ago, and he said he wanted to see me, and he came over and he said, Mr. Shola, I think I have a problem. And I said, what's the problem? And he said, see first. And he opened his laptop. This guy has greatly improved. In fact, the way he takes his photography at the age of 21 right now, I said, dude, you have greatly improved. He said, Mr. Shola, are you lying to me? I'm like, dude, why do you think I'll be lying to you? He said, because I have a beautiful portfolio and I'm not getting engaged and I'm not getting employment, I'm not getting businesses. And I looked at him and I said, there are 3 things you will do. I said, 1, your craft is good. Are you where your clients are? Do they know you? Are you reaching out to them? Then 3, I said, it is not enough to have the skill and be on social media. What other projects are you doing? So, in building portfolio that will attract premium brand, what portfolio are you building? You understand? No, scrap that. Little portfolio. What need are you meeting? What solution are you providing? So if you look at me and you tell me that, okay, so there was a friend of mine that I went for a meeting and my friend was so excited because we have a good relationship, and she was introducing me to this gentleman, and he was like, oh, this is Shola Animashaun, he's an amazing photographer. And the guy was looking like this, like, another photographer. And the next thing I did was that I just started smiling, and the man picked the interest and he was like, oh, you're smiling? I said, yes. Then he said, why are you smiling? I said, because my friend did not describe me well. And he was like, so describe yourself. I said, my name is Shola Animashaun. I'm a visual storyteller. And he said, what does that mean? I said, I help create content that will help you solve your problem when it comes to content creation and eventually help you move your needle financially. He looked interested a bit more than he was. Why? I just told him that I'm a photographer, I'm a cinematographer in another English without saying that I'm a photographer, I'm a cinematographer. You understand? So this is the solution. I mean, this is it. What solution are you providing? Do you know that if your slippers is caught, that is when you will know the importance of a shoemaker, right? If your trouser is torn, that is when you know the value of a tailor, right? When your brush is broken, or when your brush falls where you can't pick it up from, that is when you know that you go to the grocery stores and buy another brush. So the question is, what solution are you providing? You understand? What solution do you want to meet? What need do you want to solve? Now, once you know the need you want to solve, that gives you a blueprint to the kind of portfolio you want to create. So basically, there are 2 things that I do. I do amazing photography and amazing cinematography. Now, does that mean I'm going to be a millionaire? Does that mean brands are going to engage with me? Brands engage with whatever they need to engage with. So you know that in Nigeria, so the tendency that brands will engage with solar panels, right? So see, that's how it look like. You see, now we engage with companies that provide solar panels. Now, you will have to buy fuel, right? Now, people selling fuel are service providers. You understand, right? So, what service are you providing? Do you understand? So, in my own space, which has to do with photography and video production, one of the ways you can build an amazing portfolio is to understand your industry, is to understand your competition, right? Understand your competition, and guess what? Identify the solutions that your competition are not providing so that you can focus on building that portfolio. In my own space as a photographer, in my own space as a photographer and a cinematographer and a creator, in my own space, you want to see time. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And the person that paid for it was like, this is rubbish. And I'm like, don't you know who shot this? And he was like, I paid the person that shot it. I'm like, this is amazing. And the next thing he said is that this is not the brief. He did amazingly in the wrong direction. This actually is not the brief. I just want this and this and this. You understand? If clients understand that you have pay attention to details, you understand? Now, so see, whatever project you are doing for clients, you are not doing it for yourself. No, you are doing it for the client. So if the client says that I want all of my images in black and white, and you are giving us amazing color, vibrance, and all of that, they will not call you the next time. You understand? You have to, in building portfolio that will attract premium brand, you have to understand what brands give you. Before you get premium brands, there's a tendency. Before you get premium brands, there's a tendency that you would have worked with smaller brands. I'd worked with smaller brands. Not only did I work with smaller brands, I'd done a lot of jobs that were free. Now, when you're starting up and you really want to scale and you want to build portfolio, look for people that looks like the people you want to eventually work for at the end of your career, or the kind of clients that will be premium clients to you, and jump into such projects and build such projects. Now, if you don't have clients that are going to pay you, if you don't have clients that looks like clients that you want to work for later, find ones, you understand, and volunteer to work for them. Now, there were assignments that I left the country to do in Dubai, in Addis Ababa, in Brazil, that I was not paid for. And some of these assignments, right now, 5 years later, 10 years later, are the assignment, are the portfolio that are making me millions. And what do I need to do? When people ask me that, oh, have you done travel photography before, or you've done documentary in another country before, and we're checking out 3 or 4 of you, and we want to see your portfolio. All I need to do is pick my images together, pick my stories together, and write the synopsis of the assignment that I've done and present that to you. I always end up being the one being picked. Why? Because clients want people that have the experience, that are well traveled. You understand? So it is very important that in building portfolio that premium brands will work with, you don't need to have worked with a premium brand before. The first assignment that I got, is my time up so that I round up? Hey, I can't hear you. Oh, my time is up, right? I can't hear you.
Yes, I was speaking. Yes, your time is almost up. So if you round up, then
okay, my time is up. Okay, so guys, I hope you've learned 1 or 2 things from my conversation so far. Thank you very much.
Oh no, I was saying you have like 3 more minutes to round up, because you were talking about premium clients.
Okay, I should round up, right?
Yes. So I think that's a very good one for us to talk about the premium clients.
So
yes.
Okay, so in building portfolio that clients or premium brands will that will attract premium brands, one major thing that you need to do is to start. You need to start with what you have. It will amaze you that what you need to get started, you already have it. You understand? If you have a phone in your hand, you are ready to start whatever it is that you want to do. You understand? There are lots of video. There are lots of phones right now that will document amazing things for you. Now, you know what? Sometimes it's not about the gear you use, but the story you create, the content you create. Now, there's a particular guy, I think he's a Nigerian or a Ghanaian, that consults for Apple. And you know what he does? He uses his Apple phone. No, Apple signed him on. He uses his Apple phone to do album covers. He had done for Burna Boy, for Apple. Now, imagine how much they'll be paying him. So the talent you have, you understand, use it. Now, if you don't have the gear that you have, it is okay to go and rent or borrow Versal. What do I mean by borrowing Versal? You understand? If your friend has a camera, you understand, that he's not using, borrow, pay, go and do what you need to do and present it. Now, I always tell my team this: out of sight is out of mind. You must be consistent. So if you want premium brands to engage with you, you understand, or let's imagine that premium brands do not know you and someone recommends you, the first thing people will go and do, they will go and Google you. You understand? My last kid is 8 years old, and the gap within him and the other his bigger brother was 4 years. So this guy went online and he googled Shola Animashan kids, and he did not see himself. So he came to meet me and was like, "Daddy, why is it that it's only my elder siblings that are online?" I'm like, "Online? What do you mean?" He went to Google himself and he did not see himself. So if an 8-year-old kid can go and do research, man, what is wrong with you in doing research about your industry? You understand? The clients you've been dreaming about to patronize you, someone probably mentioned their name to you. By the time they set you out and they can't find anything extensive about you, you know what? They will go with someone that they can find some things that are extensive about. By the time I got to where I was working for,
can anyone hear Dr. Shola? Okay, we've lost him a bit.
fintechs, new fintechs company.
Okay. All right, you're back. We can hear you now. All right, I think we are almost done with
Hello?
But you're frozen. You're frozen, but we can hear you now. Okay, you're back. Fantastic. You're back. Can you hear me? Hello, Dr. Shola.
Yeah, I can hear you faintly though.
Oh. How about now? Is it better?
It's the same way. No one will manage.
Oh, awesome. I want to say thank you, but I think a couple of things I took from your session. One, create your digital footprint. Do not leave it to your imagination, and do not keep your portfolio hidden. I don't know if you can hear me properly, but if you can hear me in the chat, please let me know.
I'm trying to.
Two, it's about building your portfolio. So your digital footprint is based on your portfolio. So work, be consistent, do not stop, pause, take a break, reflect, and keep working. Find a mentor and learn from the mentor, preferably someone that is in your industry and has done what you're doing, so you can learn from their mistakes, and someone that is willing to share the process with you. And I'll just have one question. You are someone that is on digital platforms. What is your favorite platform now? Do you use Pinterest? Do you use Instagram? What's your favorite platform to use? Well, we'll start getting
okay.
ready.
So I should jump on Pinterest. I hardly use Pinterest. I use Twitter a lot. I use Facebook. Oh yeah, I've not cracked that code. Don't worry. I think I'm
a search engine, so it's a good platform for photography.
Pinterest, yeah, I'll jump on it. I think I have enough content to drag attention there.
Yes, there's an audience.
So I'm majorly on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Those are my top: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I think I'll start with Pinterest. I have an account on Pinterest and I research Pinterest, but then I've not. Man, there's so many things one is working on.
There's so many platforms.
Then you need to know where your core target audience are, so that at least you can step in and they can see you always. I doubt it. I will have. I'm not sure.
You will.
If I will have businesses from Pinterest, that is why I'm not jumping on it.
Pinterest has like a 60% higher conversion rate than any platform.
For real?
Yes.
Oh my!
It's incredible.
That is all I need to know.
Has turned into. So please get on TikTok and Pinterest. We need your voice on those platforms.
I think I'm getting old. See all these white guy baby.
TikTok is not about dancing. Like I don't know what Peter Ayeni will say. TikTok is not about dancing. That's the mistake we're making. I was like that before. I'm like, I don't dance. Forget it. TikTok is a good growth platform if you use it properly.
Yeah, it's actually amazing. Like for me, actually, yeah, I have fun on TikTok. I dance.
Yes.
I do stuff. So
TikTok is incredible. I think TikTok is an overlooked piece of real estate. Then I will put Pinterest and TikTok as a place.
I'm not sure if I'll have traction on it, but I'll give it a shot.
It depends on how you use it, but you would. What? I think you're incredible. with the value you have added with us today, to us today.
Thank
And
you
I
very
think it
much.
will
That
be
is sweet to
incredible to
hear.
see you on those platforms. So thank you so much.
Thank
Where
you. You're
can
so
we
kind.
find you
Thank you.
online? Where can people find you online?
Oh, okay. My handles are at Shola Animation, straight up at
Okay,
Shola
awesome.
Animation on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter, Shola Animation, and
Okay,
Instagram, Shola Animation,
okay.
LinkedIn. I'm Shola Animation everywhere.
Very consistent. You stayed consistent with the name also. Thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure having you on board today. Thank you for
Thank you
your
very much.
time. All
God
right
bless you.
then. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.
Hi, Peter. Nice to meet you. Fola is
Hello.
joining us, hopefully. Fola, are you coming on stage? um, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
think he tries to join now.
All right,
Okay.
I've added you to the stream. I hope you
Okay.
planned on
Okay.
joining.
Good.
I did not set you up.
Yes, you did. Anyway, you
That's an
did.
amazing
Anyway.
cap. I need one of that.
Oh, really?
True.
Thank you. Come to Nigeria and have it. Come to Nigeria and have it. Man, that section was fire. I really enjoyed myself. And one of the things we're going to do after the entire section is to connect all the
Oh, Fola's network is breaking. So I guess Peter and Yeni is both of us that are left.
and there's so much you
Okay.
guys can still do together. I mean, now and leave the stage for Peter and DK. I'm going off now and leaving the stage for Peter and DK. Peter is an amazing tech guru. So he's going to tell us the future of tech. It's truly amazing. And there's this way we say it. We started from scratch and here we are, and now we are here. You know, those kind of so he's someone I truly connect with his story, humble beginning, how there was so much struggle starting out, and he's doing amazing well. When I say amazingly well, when it comes to the tech world right now,
Mhm.
Peter is truly amazing. So I'm going to leave this stage for both of you, DK and Peter.
Awesome.
Please, DK.
All right. Hi, Peter. I'm so excited to discuss the future of technology with you. And just tell us a little bit about yourself so people get to know you. Someone said, I've seen your TikTok videos. So it seems you're already popular.
Yeah, maybe I just try to be funny on that space, and yeah, not too serious actually. Yeah. So, my name is Peter Ayeni. Said um I was born in Nigeria actually. So, in a little border town, in Ogun State, and so I've always been a curious person. I love art. I love solving problems. So, even as a child, like I just like tackling things and creating disruption, practically a rebel, so you could say. So, and technology just give me that avenue to be able to showcase that aspect of myself. So, because technology is like malleable, you
Mhm.
can break stuff, you can push things around, you can change things, you can disrupt things, and it's a space where you like in your own element, and that's why I chose technology. So I've been in tech for like 15 years now.
Okay.
So
Incredible.
yeah, I started out immediately out of secondary school.
Okay.
That's when I started in tech. So I wanted to like study medicine, but I think I had an experience at an emergency ward that made me change my mind about being a
Oh,
doctor.
wow.
So
Okay. So it scared you from medicine, but pushed you into tech.
yeah, pushed me into tech. So really, what was my alternative was like, okay, maybe I would do engineering.
Mm-hmm.
So and then I have this a gap year.
Mm-hmm.
So that gap year actually allowed me to be able to like meet an amazing person as an engineer, and
Mm-hmm.
I was working in his lab. So it was in
Oh,
his lab I started to learn about computers, building softwares, design and stuff like that. And that was how I took interest in technology. So like in 2007, and since then I've not actually like looked back. So and just like put all my eggs in one basket
Everyone
of tech,
basket.
like this is gonna work. Like this is the future.
Mm-hmm.
Like the future we're talking about right now. Actually, I was like, okay, maybe then I was like seeing that like in some 10, 15 years good
Mm-hmm.
time, technology is gonna be like a de facto how we do stuff and how we
Yes,
work and everything. And if you look at it today, it does change everything.
it
And
does.
and, and that bets actually pays out.
Awesome. Awesome. I think I want to start with something about AI because most people, yeah, listening will say, oh, the future AI is going to replace certain jobs. Copywriters will be replaced by, I don't know if you know of Jarvis now, Jasper. I
Yeah.
use Jarvis. And then you have platforms that you can just put a few words and they're writing stuff, they're doing designs for you. What's your thought? Will AI make certain jobs obsolete? Should people even bother going into them because AI is replacing certain things?
Yeah. So now, like every time, like the fight about redundancy have
Mm-hmm.
always been there for humanity. Like it's something that we face over and over and over and over again. Let me give you an example. You remember that before, like we have this ice block company.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to be able to have like ice block before, it used to be like in the West, most of the ice that people use, they go to like when they have very long winter and the lakes are frozen and ice are being harvested from there, kept and everything are being used. You understand?
Mm.
So before the invention of refrigerator, now that everybody, you can imagine that how,
Yes.
because people don't think about that was the way we used to have ice
Nice.
before refrigerator comes.
True. True. How did we preserve certain things then? And
You
now you can,
understand?
everybody has a fridge in their house.
In their
And
house.
you could use the internet also. Everybody was going to cyber cafes. Now
Yeah.
everybody has high speed internet at home. So you
Yeah.
think it's relevant, but people still need to get their skills up in certain levels because we can't. So you say it's going to replace things like copywriting and other things. If people
So
want to go
I'm
into.
not saying like what I'm trying to say now, like, is that transition from annihilation or like I'm not saying annihilation, like
Mm-hmm.
taking the demographics of a job role and making it absolutely obsolete takes a lot of time.
Yes.
You
So
understand?
it's
So now I won't say that people that are studying mass communications or writing or how to be like, oh my god, my job is gonna go in 19 years. No, not like in the next 10, 20 years. It's gonna be that
mm-hmm.
because like we still need the human
Element.
component
Mm-hmm.
to storytelling. Like AI can generate amazing words, they know the syntax and grammatical stuff. But like we're not talking about connecting to people and like I my own story, for instance, like no AI can tell it. Like
True.
you understand? Because they have not been there for me. So I have to tell that story. So that will always be a place. So I'll tell to people that technology and humans, we need tech to evolve to the next
Mm-hmm.
stage of humanity of where we are going to. So we need to just embrace it. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And learn it also because all of these technologies, Grammarly, Jarvis, all of these platforms, they are human
Mm-hmm.
beings behind them creating them, right?
Sure.
You
Okay.
understand? So what we are going to be doing for the next future generation is that okay, try upskilling yourself. What are the kind of career you should go to,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. What are the skills you should have? And then before you know it, and even people that are like seniors, like maybe you're like 4E or something, you can still
Mm-hmm.
like upskills. And then
Sure.
like, when I started tech 15 years ago, all the tools we were using are obsolete today. So I have to like continue to like learn new things, and
Mm-hmm.
so and that's how it is. So you have to continually involve and evolve yourself. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. So everybody's talking about Web 2.0, Web 3.0, and we have a question. So he
That's
said,
right. Yeah.
yeah, tech is the future. We'll love Mr. Peter shedding more light on the blockchain technology. That's a field I found interesting. This decentralized world.
Yeah.
What's your thought on that?
Yeah. So sincerely, I would say that blockchain technology is taking the world like by storm since the
Mm-hmm.
introduction of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is amazing, like it's really, really cool. And I would like for me, I don't know jack about Bitcoin. So that's the truth. Like I like what is Bitcoin? Like it's this digital currency and stuff like that. So I remember like some 5 years ago, I just like opportunity like I don't know, I just bought some few Bitcoin
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, yeah, I just have it like and it was about $6,000 to a coin then. And some time after Bitcoin jumped skyrocketed from 6,000 to about $13,000.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, whoa, and my money like grow out of proportion. I'm like, oh my god, that's really great. So and then I just started to go into and I just make a lot of money trade, and that was when my
Okay.
interest in Bitcoin started too. But then like the technology that built Bitcoin is the same reference technology that is now building blockchain. So because Bitcoin itself is a currency that we spend, but that
Mm-hmm.
technology that powers it made available through Ethereum, what we now call Web 3.0 apps. So decentralized application is what blockchain Web3 technology is all about. And why is it important? I think we need to understand that because sometimes it's just like Web 3.0, Web 2.0. What's even Web 2.0 itself? What is that? No,
Yes.
Web 3.0, what is it in itself? So what Web 2.0, we have to understand what Web 2.0 enable us to do. What Web 2.0 enable us to do is to be able to share rich data on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the advent of where we can have video calls, where we can have heavy graphics,
Mm-hmm.
animations, all of these object things, games and stuff like that we can do. So it's
Mm-hmm.
about additional of creating things, give power of creation to a lot of people. So now Web 3.0 is solving the missing link that the web does not consider in the beginning, which is about
Control.
connection. So secure connection.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, if you sign up on Facebook or Instagram, you give all your data, all of these things to them. You don't even know how they manage it. You can't revoke it. Now, even though some of them are changing how you manage your data now because of advent of Web 3.0. But when in terms of blockchain technology, that power is in your hand. You can give it and then you can take it back. You have control of your connection, your data, how it's being used, who is using it. You can see all of this footprint. So the security and the connection on your data is in your control. And that is what makes it amazing and appealing
Okay.
to a lot of people, especially people that cares about
Everything.
security and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I would say that a lot of people should have interest in Web 3.0 because it's
Mm-hmm.
growing at a rate that is it can be applied in everything. Like imagine voting in Nigeria. So we
Hmm.
can apply Web 3.0 in voting in such a way that everybody have a unique token and you can use it twice. And it can be certified, it can be checked, it can be verified. No one can change anything. So and
Mm-hmm.
that's amazing. It can be used in hospitality, it can be used in land rights. You know that I sold land to someone and the person took my land. You can digitize all of the lands in Nigeria or all over the world, and everybody have the token to their land. So if this land is sold, you know where and to whom it's being sold to. And that is amazing thing about Web 3.0.
Awesome. I love the way Web 3.0 is going, and it's something I am also interested in. So, if someone is interested, there's a question, and I'll just ask both questions at once. She said, I studied agricultural science. Can I do data science? I have found an interest in it. So, I would say, where's the starting point? But then she writes, also, my husband writes .NET, .html, CSS, JavaScript. What other languages can he get into to give him an edge for the future? So I don't know if those two questions would be useful.
So once I would like to get this very clear, especially for a lot of people hearing me right now. So getting into technology, is irrespective of whatever you study. Because I've had a lot of these questions all the time. Like, do I need to study computer science? I studied Yoruba, no one's going to take, will I get a job? It doesn't matter what you study, sincerely, it doesn't matter. So what matter is your interest to be able to apply technology into whatever you're doing. I even told to people it's a plus for you to be studying agricultural science and then you go into data science.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how you could use that technology data analysis into animal husbandry or into poultry fishing or into any kind of agricultural stuff. Because right now, I, as a computer scientist, I know nothing about agriculture. So if I want to create a solution in agricultural space, I need a co-founder or someone in agricultural space that have that domain knowledge. So now, all of the disruption we are seeing in every sector in the world are being brought about by people that have that knowledge of that domain, and they apply technology to solve that problem. You understand? So if you study agricultural science and you're going to data science, it's very amazing. I used to say to people, if you want to just go to data science, just Google www.kaggle.com. It's an amazing platform for data scientists, AI, machine
Can you
learning.
spell it so that they have
So
the
Kaggle is KAGGLE.com. So it's an amazing platform, Kaggle.com, and they have a learning platform that is free for everyone. So where they are going to teach you Python, data analysis from beginner even to advanced, Panda, scikit-learn for machine learning, and a lot of other programs there. So I would say that if you're going to data analysis, learn Python is the best programming language for it. It's really amazing. So and it's simple to adopt as a for a beginner. So for your husband that have like .NET, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, I think those languages are incredible already. Let me tell you something about technology. Technology have not changed so much in the past 50 years. I won't like to like the fundamentals of technology we are using today. Even like some of the things that have been predicted that we have, like wireless technology that we have today, it has been predicted since 1900. You understand? So some of the technology of the future that we are evolving have been in like have been thought about and be worked out, but we have not like been able to have the technology like know how to implement them. You understand? So if you look
Mhm.
at all the programming language we have and even the programming language of the future, basically they're going to have the same construct and the same semantic. Maybe computer processing and the way they handle things is just going to be different. So what I would say is that uh, since it can use .NET, HTML, and CSS, they are amazing language. JavaScript is amazing. I would just say that you should know JavaScript better. So maybe know JavaScript really well. Why I'm saying that is that JavaScript is one of the language today that have become a versatile language. You can use it for AI. You can use it for embedded system like IoT. You can use it for machine learning with TensorFlow JS. You can use it to build mobile apps. You can use it to build web app. You can use JavaScript to build blockchain. You can use it also on the metaverse. So JavaScript is very, very, very robust. I used to say to anybody starting out in tech, learn JavaScript and then you will never go hungry.
Okay, awesome. We've talked about going to Kaggle, but are there certifications that help boost people's ability to get jobs?
Jobs. Yeah, so in terms of certification, like it's very tricky, really. There are some
Mhm.
organizations that are like, okay, like I think when you go to cargo.com, they always have after completion, they can give like certificate of completion.
Mm-hmm.
But what I used to say to people is that in this space, people want to see what you've done
Ability.
and how you can solve problem.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the first thing. And then maybe certification will now come after. Like, but the first point of call is what have you done? So I have 3 points I used to give to people that if you go into tech, learn. When you learn, after that, you learn. After you learn, practice. After you practice, build a lot of projects. You understand? And then give back. So because like when you build projects, it allows you for organization that want to hire you to have a way to interface with you. You understand? Imagine going to an interview and you build some interesting thing. And then in the interview session, you can ask you, okay, what is this? Why did you build this? What is the process? What is stuff like that? So that will envelope you having a certificate because they already see that you can solve problem because that is what a lot of organizations want. They need people that can solve problem. So more than certificates, gain the skills and build projects and share your project with the world. You know, put it on your CV, put it on your GitHub account, on your LinkedIn. So and when you're building something, share it also. You can never tell which organization is interested in what you're building, and that can be a point of call. But if you're really, really interested in like certificates, also, I think Coursera is an amazing platform. So why I say
Mm-hmm.
Coursera is that they have like a lot of partnership with a lot of universities and stuff like that, and it's verifiable, and a lot of people trust them. So get certification on Coursera if you can pay for it. If you can't pay for it, apply for their scholarship. They give scholarships, and if you finish, and then they still give you the certificate. You understand? So, and also Google learning platform have been doing an incredible job right now for Google Cloud services, for AI, Flutter, and because they have these Google Discourse and stuff like that. So all this AI platform that they build. So all of these things are there. So take advantage of Google platform for certification, and it's for Google is actually free, so you don't need to like pay anything. And the third option is that if there is any boot camp that you think you could do, there's some boot camp that would say that okay, come and learn with us for free, and then when you get a job, you start paying back. That also is good. And there are some that are like absolutely free. You understand that maybe that have been sponsored by other people. So that's what I would say. But most importantly, learn the skill, build projects. Yeah.
Okay, so learn, practice, build project. Someone has a question for you. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. So he said the person is curious. The curious cat is asking a question about the swift transition from roles. So what's your response to that?
Yeah. So this one thing I said I'm going to share with people on this. Like yesterday I announced like I left my role after 2 weeks at Hair Now. So yeah, Hair Now is an amazing company. Definitely. So I've been like the idea is that before, when I was planning to in last March, so I got like these three opportunities to join some company as a senior,
Okay.
more senior engineer. So and there were these two companies that I really love, and Now was like one of them also. So I decided to like go with Now because like I just like the fact that what they are building and stuff like that. And really the reason why I left is not because anything happens or the company is bad or anything. No, so it's just that the company right now they have some constraints. So in terms of finance and stuff like that. So because of that, so it's difficult for me to like continue in that space
Mhm.
because it's like management stuff that they need to resolve internally. You understand? And it's about finance also. Yeah, much like we love technology, we want to solve problem. You still want to get paid for it, you know. So that was what happened. And why it's interesting is because like I spent like just 2 weeks in the company. So that's like the shortest amount of time I've ever spent with any organization. Yeah, before. So and what I do is like because of the uncertainty and the funding and everything like that. So it's just like me being compassionate about the company and for myself. And that is one thing I think we should all like put in consideration also. Like, working for organizations, it's two-way thing. You understand? So when the organization I see that is in a difficult situation in terms of finance, like I don't want to like hard my own burden because I'm new to the organization. There are also other people working in the company. So if my salary is going to like affect paying other people, so for me, I don't see the reason why I should continue like that because it's gonna like, the long run sabotage or affect them and then it's gonna affect me in the future, things like that. So that was the reason I said, okay, so I would just like to like bow out and appreciate the organization for the opportunity they gave to me, and then maybe in the future when they are more like stable and stuff like that, I can join them. You understand? So and for me also, I've a lot of people are like, Peter, what happened? You left? Is there any other thing? Like I have other offers, really. So good. So I'll be announcing soon. I'll be joining another amazing organization, very very soon, which I'll be announcing. The thing is that the opportunity in the tech space right now is huge. I'm telling you, like even for juniors, even like if you know what you're doing and you can position yourself strategically, is massive.
Okay, so you talked about positioning. So I have a question. As a creative, would you rather freelance and have creative license to do what you want to do, or be in an organization where you may have an NDA and you can work with only them? Which of the two do you think personally? And for those that want to tell them the pros and cons of
Yeah.
both sides.
So this is what I will say. Like when I get started in tech, I started as a freelancer.
Mm-hmm.
So that was why I started like straight out of secondary school. learn tech and stuff like that. I was just freelancing. So even I started like giving people building computers for people. So I was building desktop computers for cyber cafe, repair computers, and then I started doing graphic design. So I was doing graphic design for churches, for small businesses, and that was what I was doing, and it was good. With time, I added printing to it and stuff like that. So after that, we started building websites, build websites for people, be it for governments, politicians, and things like that. That's all the things we were doing. So, and it was really amazing, And I was a single guy. I was having enough money to take care of myself, maybe have some kind of friends. So, I was living on my own. Like for my age and for my time during that period, it was okay. Like I was fine. I was doing okay. So, and freelancing that give you this freedom. Sometimes I remember them when I was still like actively in design and web and everything. Like for instance, in design, I would take like 3 designs in a week. Yeah, so if it's more than that, I say I don't want anymore. So, and I remember very well, I was one of like very like expensive designers then in Nigeria. I started like in NGD when they just started them long time, like 5, 6, 7 years ago. So it's like that. Like I was able to like set my price. I was able to like set my target. Like if I do 2 design, I'm like I'm fine. Like it pays my bill. I can ball for the rest of the month or something. And that's like okay for me. You understand? So I would say like doing freelancing is about objective and what you want for yourself. If it's paying your bills, if it's taking care of yourself, you don't have any kind of pressure on you too much, and you can be able to enable you, and you're able to build that brand. I have a lot of freelancers that have been able to build themselves really huge. So in the industry, which is really amazing. So, but then at some point, I switched up from freelancing because I was just thinking to like have some kind of balance in my life. So sometimes, and even for us as creative, we get bored easily. So most of the time in my life, I've always moved out of job, freelancing, I've built several companies, shut it down, build another one. Like I've always been sporadic, like because you always have these ideas coming in and stuff like that. I always loved that. But as I grew older, I just feel like I need some kind of stability in my life. So I got my very first job was in Abuja. I was a graphic designer in the big printing press in Abuja. So and I really enjoyed it. I was with them for like 4 years. Even I moved up the rank. I began building their softwares and stuff for them in the company. So I think it was like 3 months to my wedding, I resigned from the job. And that was like, even my fiance then was like, why will you resign your job like 3 months to your wedding? That's absurd. I just like, I don't really feel it anymore. And I left. And that was it. After my wedding, nobody knew I didn't even have a job during the period we did my wedding. So we did my wedding and everything like that. I think it was in that December, I got a call. I resigned in October. I got married in December. And then I got a call that December, like a friend introduced me to a company to work for them as a consultant.
Okay.
And and that was why I got the job, and that even paid me more than the amount of money I was being staying in
A freelance full-time job.
you understand? So, and after I did that, I just quickly opened my eyes to a new world because it's an NGO then. And that was when I was able to see a new paradigm of what like NGO, social entrepreneurship, and stuff like that. And that's on that was when I built a name brand for myself. You understand? Start a new company, start an NGO and stuff like that. And what I would say is that it's all about security and stuff like that. So you look at yourself, what works for you at this particular moment? Can you build a business that can actually sustain yourself? Can your freelancing sustain you in the next future? How can you metamorphose yourself from just a freelance designer to a studio, to even employ a lot of people to be able to secure your own future? Because like these creative things, I know it's amazing. You can do it to 60, but sometimes you still get tired. You understand? So I'm not like I used to be before as a young person, jumping from one place to another, So, and that is the reason right now I'm like, okay, I'm going to start business in the future, but for now, I just need like stability. I have a young family, so I don't want to put them in too many risks. so that's why If you have a son, you want
Okay.
best for them. So that is the reason why right now, I mean, taking the employment route, and
Mm-hmm.
they are paying me enough not to take any other job outside.
Awesome. I like that. So it's Peter, and I think I've gotten a couple of things from listening to you. Web 2.0, Web 3.0, we still need to have our creative skills and keep improving ourselves. We shouldn't get stuck on certification, but how we're using our skills and practicing. It's
Yeah,
about learning, practicing, building projects, and giving back.
yeah,
And kind of, if possible, if you have to reinvent yourself and the need
yeah,
arises, do just that, reinvent yourself. And you also spoke about understanding that once you have gotten to a certain age, you're no longer thinking of just yourself. You may need security and other things for others. So you will put it there for them to see. And it's been wonderful catching up with you. Definitely, I will give you a follow. Thank you so much. So, in conclusion, if someone is thinking about the future of technology, what will you say the future of technology is, in your own opinion, for everyone listening?
So in my own opinion, the future of technology is we are in it right now.
Yes.
So that's what I tell people.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the best time to be part of that future. So like I always say, like the future is not something we walk into like, okay, I'm going to the future. No, the future is something that we create.
Mm-hmm.
So everything we are doing right now, we collectively are creating that future that you want to see.
Okay.
So every our action and inaction today is
Mm-hmm.
creating the future that you're going to have. So I've always believed in presence actually. Like I always believe in now. And now is infinity. You understand? Everything I
Yeah.
do today is going to
Mm-hmm.
be what I'm going to encounter even in tomorrow that comes after the
Mm-hmm.
sunrise and fall again. So what I would
Okay.
say is that you are part of the future right now. So
Mm-hmm.
just join in. If it's graphic design, learn it. If it is
Learning.
illustration, learn it. If it is coding, put yourself into it. Get involved.
Mm-hmm.
Organize master classes, like or join mentoring sessions. Like
Mm-hmm.
get involved in whatever ways you can do it and learn your own voice, in your own little way, and you'll be
Awesome.
surprised what you'll be able to do. Yeah.
Final word. What platform is your favorite? I like asking that question. I know some people are already telling me the answers, but I want to hear from you. What's your favorite platform currently before our next speaker gets ready?
So in terms of like social media platforms, right?
Yes, social media platforms. I regard Pinterest as a search engine, not really a platform, but I think it's something everybody should be on because, like I said,
Yeah.
it's rapid. It's something that people have neglected, but the growth is wonderful. But in
Yeah.
your opinion, what
So
platform should people be on?
in my opinion, I would say LinkedIn is amazing. Like if you want to pay
Okay.
your bills, if you want to really pay your
Oh.
bills, be on LinkedIn. Like that is
Mm-hmm.
where the connection is. So you're just like one or two connections to anyone on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So it's a
Okay.
really amazing platform. And if you want to
All
have
right.
some fun, also like feel young,
Mm-hmm.
be on TikTok. I love TikTok a lot. I have some amazing videos where I just goof around and laugh. So if you want, it's nothing serious. So, but LinkedIn is fairly professional.
Okay.
That's where my bills get paid anyway. Like that's why I build
Awesome.
like personal brand and profile, meet connections. I mentor a lot of people also there, which I think is amazing. But at the same time, I
Mm-hmm.
like work-life balance. I like to have a lot of fun. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I like TikTok. So laugh and not take myself really seriously. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. It was a pleasure having you and meeting you, Deepitai. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank
I
you
don't
very
know if Ola is going to join us, but our next speaker is here. Fola, are you coming on stage?
I'm coming on
All right.
stage.
Awesome. Fola is here. Network isn't letting you shine.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm thinking, Fola, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm adding you to the stream. I've added you. Please
Okay,
don't.
good. Good,
Fantastic.
good, good. Awesome. Can you hear me? Am I
Yeah,
audible
And
enough?
clear. Loud
yeah.
and clear.
Okay. You see Emeka chilling there, eating all alone. I've been seeing Emeka behind the doors. It's
You've been
supposed to be
setting him
enjoying.
up.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just bringing him in, taking him out. Awesome section, Peter. Peter, awesome section. I like the way you use TikTok, really. I also want to do that. And you mentioned LinkedIn. Abby, enjoy, Baba. I
Thank
also,
you.
I also saw, I see the way you use LinkedIn, powerful platform, really, and I've really learned a lot about the future of tech, right? We will still talk behind closed doors. There's something we are building for Warita, right? So amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you for joining us on this. You guys can need to connect with Peter on all platforms. It's just that I can't. His name on Facebook is not his real name. This guy just changed Facebook. Don't just leave Facebook for him. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Peter. We truly had amazing section with you, right?
So
And
yeah,
we'll
I'm
stay
on
behind.
Facebook as Peter
Yeah.
Ayeni, actually. So I have there's some
Okay.
other accounts that are not really like official. So, but if you search Peter
Oh,
Ayeni,
okay.
you can see
You'll
me on
say,
Facebook. But I
oh,
think like I always like Facebook is more of like very personal. So, but in terms of
mm,
like growth and like professional connection, I think LinkedIn is amazing. And also I'm on
okay,
Instagram, the Peter Ayeni,
okay,
LinkedIn Peter Ayeni, and Twitter, even though it's polarized, but we still be on Peter Ayeni, Peter Ayeni also.
okay. Awesome. So you guys want to follow Peter on all platforms to learn from him. All right, Peter. Thank you. Let's bring him a maker back here. I mean, right here. Okay. You should know Emeka if you are a Nigerian. That's just the truth. If you are a Nigerian, you should know Emeka Nobis. Amazing, amazing writer. He, content creator, and I'm looking for the right word to use. But Emeka is truly amazing. He's a guru when it comes to marketing, and that is why he's here. He's very shameless when it comes to marketing. That is why he's here to discuss what we call shameless marketing. Emeka is the first author I would see. Then when he was marketing, your book will sell. You need to see the marketing
Yes,
of
sir.
that book. You will buy. You will just buy. You understand? When people see me and they tell me things like, "Oh, Fola, you show up every day. You bring content." Sometimes I just want to laugh out. Really laugh out because you don't know some of those people that I truly follow and they've rubbed it on me. You understand? Emeka is someone that would share 10, 15 contents every day. No one like you need to follow Emeka to know what I'm talking about. So if you still see Fola share 2, 3 posts per day and you think Fola is doing well, forget you've not met Emeka. And that's why we are bringing Emeka here to share with us how to I wanted to say share shamelessly. No, how to how to how to market shamelessly as a creative because you need it. Nobody will pay your bills. You understand? You have to do what you have to do to get those bills paid. You understand? And to make that money. Make that money. You understand? And that's why we are bringing Emeka here. I'm going to go behind the door now, go to my corner while I learn from Emeka. Emeka, we have DK Jonah here. DK Jonah is an amazing person. I met DK through Victor Bassi. Emeka and Victor Bassi are good friends too. So DK Jonah is amazing. So she's going to anchor this section, and I believe it's going to be really, really interesting. Thank you. Bye. Let me go and
All
learn.
right. Well, thank you so much, Emeka. It's nice meeting you.
Thank you
I
very much.
I would
Glad to
describe
be
you as
here.
an ethical marketer. That's what I called it when I saw what you're doing. I'm like, what you're doing is ethical. You're not lying
Yeah.
because many people feel that marketers and salesmen are just liars. So why do
Yeah.
you do your marketing the way you do it, shameless or relentless and ethically? Why is that important to you?
It's important because first and foremost, I have a principle that I go by. My principle is that I want to be honest. My principle is that I'm a person of integrity because I was raised by a father who said to me that a good name is more important than riches. So everything that I do online um, are laced by that desire to be a man of integrity, to pass across the truth, to pass across what is honest, what is good, what can help other individuals experience transformation. And this is not to say that I've not had people come to me with offers of money that are
tingling offers. But every time that I want to do certain things, remember the Bible said something that if you train a child the way they ought to grow, when they grow, they won't depart from it. Because my father trained us like that and said, a good name is more important than riches. And I'm seeing it manifest in certain places that I go. The moment I mention my name, oh yeah, Mecca notice. Oh, the doors will just open like that. They will just accept me to come in. So I want to do things that are ethical. Look at what is happening right now on social media. People are being dragged all over the place because they are aligned
Same
with one Ponzi scheme or the other one. And you find out that most of them, they already knew that those schemes were not good. They knew, but they will collect money and then they push them. That's the truth. But when they come to me and I have already known that these schemes that are not good schemes, I can't bring myself because my integrity is at stake. So I want to do something that is lasting, something that is durable, such that a great part of marketing is even your name. Trust me, a great part of marketing is your name. There's some individuals, once you see them on billboard, whether they're going to be speaking trash at those events, you want to attend because of their name. It's critically important. Yes, I know they won't speak trash, but it's because of their name. And then you go. So a great part of my marketing is because of my name. If somebody like Donald Trump says his bottled water is say $5,000, people are going to buy it because it's his name first and foremost. So it's critically important that I walk along the path of ethics, put out things that are good, put out things that are going to help people experience transformation. And also based on my trainings, I've done trainings in really inclusive programming. They said to us then, try to be ethical, all right? Play on the part of ethics. Don't do things. For example, we learned how to do hypnosis. Hypnosis is the point where you put someone in a state of trance. The individual may not even know himself. I know you must seen it on TV, where somebody will just lay hands on you and then you just fall. So we were taught that you can use hypnosis to even inflict harm on individuals. You can use hypnosis and have sex with the woman, and the woman would not even know that you had sex with her. It is as that powerful. But when you want to do that, that's the bad part. So go on the good part. So we use hypnosis to help individuals to go within themselves, to go to their past, to find things that have done wrongly, and then we help them to experience to get to the point of turning point where they can start to experience empowering things. So for me, it's about my integrity is about me doing the things that are right. People who follow me on Facebook, I don't have two personas. What you see on Facebook is what you see in real life. That's the truth. So I don't want the situation whereby I'm on Facebook, I'm living a different life. Then I come out, you see me in real life, then I'm living something different, right? Maybe there are individuals that you've seen in real life. They use very ugly words on you in real life. But on Facebook, there are saints. They're always doing the good things. So I don't want wherever you see me, it's the same thing that I will exhibit, the same way I will talk, the same way I will behave, whether online or offline. So it's a lot of stress and even pressure to be living two personas. I mean, I don't know how people manage to do that. Like you're doing this, you're doing the other one. So that's just it about me. So I'm there, I'm honest, I'm sharing my marketing conversations. Trust me, when I joined network marketing, I began to have problem with my company, people who are in part of the company that I joined because they began to do certain things. I'm like, man, this is unethical. I mean, it's a showy life. But let us bring some level of truth into this, some level of sincerity and honesty. Why would you tell someone that is coming for a business conversation or a business opportunity? It is not network marketing. They are all excited to come for a business presentation, and then they get there. The next thing they're hearing is business. I mean, it's network marketing. No, for me, it's unethical. I will tell you upfront. This is the company I'm in. This is what I do as a network marketer. If you want to come for this business opportunity to learn what we do in network marketing, by all means be free. So the individual is prepared with his mind to come, not the fact that I will lure them in and they'll come and I'm presenting something else. And so they had issues with me. So, but this is how I've done my marketing all the while. It works for me. Even if I'm not making the millions now, trust me, I'm priming the reins for the future. And when the millions start coming, you'll be wondering, wow. But you've primed it based on the path of integrity all the while. So that's how I don't want to be a liar, you know. I don't want people to see me that my marketing is a lie. When you come in, what I'm sharing with you is what I'm presenting. So that's how it is.
What you just said brought back a memory to 2010. I was invited for an interview in London, and went to the place and they were now selling us something entirely different. We were
Exactly.
all job seekers. Everybody was looking for a job, but they
Mm-hmm.
sold us a false image. And some people were
Exactly.
buying into it. Some of us believed it, and we were a bit skeptical because what they try to do is make you make the minimum viable commitments that day, and then
Mm-hmm.
you are there's a standing order on your account before you know it or something else.
Yes.
And that thing, when it went viral, many people started talking about it. That company had a very negative image online. And the way the digital world is, it's not like a newspaper article in one village and nobody knows about it. Once it's
Mm.
online, it's difficult for you to scrub those negative reviews and negative things. So when you
Exactly.
just said about being ethical, I was like, I've not thought about that for years, but that was 2010, and we're in 2022. That memory still comes to mind when it comes to putting yourself out there. When we talk about data and stuff, people think about vulnerability, security, and privacy. How do you still keep yourself private and secure? The way you carry bag on your head, the way you're doing your things, that what they say is shameless. I'm just like, I'm sure your wife is in one corner looking at you. And as I just said that, she just put a post about your wife. Oh, I sold her own thing also. I was like, okay, you have compensated her for these things. But
Yeah, I
yes,
get.
how do you do that?
Yeah, but we need to realize that it's not all my life that I put out on social media. All right, there are
Yes.
certain things I don't put out on social media. For example, some of the things I even say about my wife, I already asked her, "Can I share this?" You get? I can't just
Mm-hmm.
go and take my wife's private life and just put it out there. She must agree. She has to come into agreement with me. For example, when I started talking about the first baby we had went out, right? The second baby, we lost the baby through what they call preeclampsia, right? I didn't share that story on Facebook until after many years when my wife had healed and she now said, Emeka, you can go ahead to share. And I began to share, all right? There are certain things I can't just share. It's part of our private lives. We share the much we can on social media. Yeah, some individuals, I tell them when I'm teaching in certain places, I tell them, share to the best of your intent, share to the best which you can share, all right? That you want that you are at peace to share. Also, when it comes to, you need to realize also that we are in an environment where security is of paramount importance. So there are certain things I cannot share. You know, there were times that, trust me, when I was coming up, in this business, that I would travel to certain places and I will immediately announce my hotel. Do you know? Sometimes I even announced my hotel room to that. I mean, it was that. I was that open to tell individuals, this is my hotel, this is my hotel room. Come, come, come. People will start trooping in, just come to visit me and all that. But now, sometimes certain hotels that I even live in or I even go to, I won't even mention the name of the hotel. I won't even take certain pictures because I can take a picture and somebody will decode where the hotel is and find you. You get. Sometimes even
Mm-hmm.
when I leave the place that I that I even mention where I've been to. And then some individuals say they want to come to see me in the office. No, you have to give me you have to give me why should you want to come to my office? Why? You get. So we need to also understand. Then some certain earnings that I make, I don't even post them on social media.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth. So some of the things you see me put out, maybe the 1 million or 2 million, yeah, people can easily relate with that. But when we do the bigger deals, man, there are certain things we just don't put out on social media because we also understand security. So and then when I share certain things, I make people understand that there are certain actors in the story. Let's say, for example, I give this story, all right? I give this instance. When I was growing up, my father wasn't really a good guy, so to say, in terms of, there were certain things he used to do that I didn't really like for example, emotionally inflicting pain on my mom. So my mom is the type that likes her people. She likes her relations. So if you want to really get my mom, go through the relations. You want to say something that'll make my mom to crumble and just cry, use her relations. You get what I mean? So my father used to use that as a weapon. You get what I mean? But then and then sometimes it was physical, which we didn't really like. But by the time we grew up and we became 15, 18, he stopped because we are four boys and one girl. He knew what could have happened. Four of us could have easily, you know what I mean, because we had grown, we had become 15 and 18 and 19 as the case
Yes.
may be. So he stopped. So if you go to then my father became a good guy. I mean, he started heading societies in church, right? So if we go to church and say my father used to be, now he's retired, he's not doing any other thing, he's just home, you know, he's just enjoying his life at home now, even though it's a little bit, medically affected somehow. But we cannot go to church and say, okay, my father used to, while he was a leader, and say, okay, my father used to do this. Many people will not, there's something about people. They tend to tag you with the things that happened in the past. Let's, for example, in the Bible, the woman with the issue of blood. How many people know her name? All we know is the woman with the issue of blood. Check something that happens in your. If somebody runs mad on your street now, let's say John. John becomes mentally unstable, and then you see that John is wearing boxers on the street, or sometimes he goes naked. And then after a while, John becomes well. Check what happens on that street. That John will be mad. That's how they will be defining John. The moment John passes, almost see that John will be mad that time. His name will no longer be John. It will be now John that went mad. You get what I mean? So that's how people tend to put people into those boxes. You get what I mean? So my father, in the stories that I tell, is an actor in the story. So when you want to tell certain stories on social media, all right, you need to consider the actors in the story. There was a man that wanted me to come write a book. And when we sat down, he wanted me to ghostwrite his book. But the problem he had was, if he told the story as it was, he could split the family. So I told him two things. Do you want to go ahead and tell the story and split the family? Or do you want us to bring in salt and pepper and just garnish it in such a way that nobody will know that that's what's happening? He said he cannot do the garnishing, that he wants to tell it raw. So go and think about it. See, today he has not called me because if he puts out that story, it could affect his family are actors in the story. You get what I mean?
Yes.
Please speak to the guy. All right. So the actors in the story. So when you want to share certain stories, just understand that people could be affected by the story you're telling. Are you okay to withstand the consequences? So some of the things you see me on, most of the things I put on social media actually are the things that I know that I can share with the world within the ambit of the things that I can put out there. So I tell individuals, do within the level that there are some individuals that cannot carry that bag that they saw me carry. Some individuals that cannot even show themselves in certain situations. That's what it is. So I tell them, for time, just do. I remember a client of mine that came to me at the time, very beautiful, pretty woman, So I told her, only your being pretty enough is even what we can use to market. Men, beautiful, long nails, nice pair of legs and all that. I started telling her, take pictures of your leg, take pictures of your shoes, take pictures of she refused. She said, I said, okay, I've learned how not to push certain clients. Okay, fine, do the one that you can do. Do you know that today, if you see that woman on social media now, she they snap every snap shoes, snap face. I'll go inside and say, is this you? We will laugh. I said, remember how many years ago that I used to tell you? She said, Emeka, forget again. So people will wrap themselves time to face. But everything you see me do is intentional because I'm leading. I do those things intentional to be able to get certain elements of human emotions. Do you get? In certain areas, is for them to see me. This guy my nigga. Look at the way he's dressed. You get what I mean? Somebody bought my book because he saw a bottle of Star Allah on the table. He said, my guy, they drink green bottle too. The Star Allah was torn. They didn't see the face. So the guy just assumed that it was Star. So for the fact that he saw Star on the table means that, this guy is my guy. So there are certain things I do to be able to elicit certain parts of human emotions and feelings to make them connect with me so that I can sell and sell better. So that's it for me. Shamelessness and knowing how to pull triggers here and there that make people to connect and want to buy.
I think you're answering some questions that I was going to ask because you're talking about the emotions. No, seriously.
Okay.
Because I know that, yes, most people that want to market say, they just don't know what to do out there. They don't know how to connect with people emotionally. But with the stories you've told, you've talked about connecting with people emotionally. And what if people that say, I don't have time for marketing, I don't want to market, I just don't like showing myself out there? What's your advice to them? I know you say sometimes, like the client you gave us an example, after a couple of years, she was ready to do it. But people that say, okay, I'm broke, but marketing is not important, I don't know how to market. What would you tell them?
How can he be broke
They're
at the
broke,
same time?
But they don't want to
you
do
don't
the
want
work.
to market.
They
You
don't
remain in your broke life. Wow. I was even thinking that there are some individuals I know, they have the money, but they cannot market. So what they can do is take the money, give to those who can market. But now you are broke.
They are broke. They don't want to do the work.
To market for you. And you say don't want to be marketed. Stay in your broke life now and then be enjoying your broke life. You get what I mean? So you cannot be, they say in my language, You cannot be broke and become a witch at the same time. You get what I mean?
You have to choose one
That's how
struggle.
I just wanted to translate it. You have to choose one struggle, man.
Yes.
You know, in my language, they say you cannot be broke. You got when you musu at the same time. I mean, you cannot be broke and be a witch at the same time. Man, that's a useless life. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
choose your hustle. If you cannot, if you don't have the money, man, you have to pursue and be in the game. You don't have money for social media, you don't have money for radio, you don't have money for billboard, eh? And you say you don't want to market for yourself. Ah, I wonder what else you want to take into life. So it's this thing is on wrapping yourself gradually over time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just unwrap yourself. What you know you cannot do now, do the ones that you can do that you can be at peace with. If it's not showing your face, fine. If you can write, market with writing. I didn't start out many years ago. I couldn't do videos like this. I mean, look into people's face and talk. I couldn't. It was in 2019 that I started learning how to do video. But I started out intentionally online in 2010. So imagine 9 good years of
Wow.
not being when Facebook Live came out, there was video
Mm-hmm.
already with smartphone. I couldn't do it. When Facebook Live came out, I couldn't even appear on screen like this to talk. I mean, it was scary, it was fearful. I couldn't do it. But it was in 2019 that I said intentionally that I need to learn. So I had to go and learn from a woman that had been doing live videos for 6 months consistently every day. So I learned from her and I began to do live videos. Even that same year, I wanted to do a training, a physical training that I wanted to charge 20 something thousand, I can't remember. And I wanted to bring people in the hall, 30 persons to be in the hall for me to teach them. After doing that live session, learning how to do video, I was like, instead of me to start bringing all these people inside, why don't I do something virtual and collect more money? So I changed the price from 20 to 5,000, turned it to virtual, and I had 150 people pay. So imagine 30, and then I kept on collecting money even before I turned it into a 4 day event where I was coming live to teach every day for 4 days. The first day, 150 people paid. Before I ended that event, I had about 300 people who had paid. So you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So everything you unfold and unwrap with time so that you can get better and better. So you can start with writing. If you don't want to do, if your face, if you don't want to do videos, start with writing. Start with pictures like that. Then over time, you can unwrap yourself to do better things and better things. But then you say you don't want to market and then you don't have money again. That's a very tough place to be in. True.
Some people believe that, and I want to get your opinion. Make it and they will come. Just all you have to do is create it and they would come without marketing. So people that are in that school of
There's
thought that
an there's
say,
there's an element of truth in that. There's an element,
mm-hmm,
but it's not the entire truth. All right. Marketing works if you have a good product. If you market a poor product, it can affect you in the long run. So you can have a
okay,
good product. People will come because of the good product. But
yes,
you cannot get to higher levels of profits if you do not put word out. Marketing is putting word out, letting people know what people think marketing is all about carrying something in your head. They have this picture in their head that it's all about carrying something in your head and running after cabs,
mm-hmm,
running after people in traffic. No, that's a very crazy. Or they think in terms of it of bankers who are always, I mean, sorry, not bankers, people who are always on the streets and moving from door to door to pitch. No, that's not just the entirety of what marketing is. Marketing is calling on people to say, come and taste of what it is that I've cooked for the public. Taste of my blessedness. Taste of my offering. That's what it is, an invitation. So they will keep coming in your direction. And then they want to taste of the product. Then you sell. That's what it is. So I don't see how you can have a good product like this thing I have now, and you cannot tell your neighbor. Marketing is telling your neighbor, I get chin chin while they sell you. I beg, you go fit taste one. That's marketing. Marketing is in your church. You go to your church or whatever you gather, your association. Every guys, are they see chin chin what I don't do because I like taste that. They do, okay, this chin chin makes sense. Can you give us one bottle again? Like that, you sell. So I'm wondering how you can create a good product and you do not want to put it out there in the public to say, I have a good product, please come back. You get what I mean?
okay,
So
yes.
I don't know.
So marketing is an invitation, and most people, once they fail at something, they don't want to come back to it or they don't want to try again. What are the lessons you've learned from your failures and your successes? What are the lessons that you've learned that would help someone that says, I did something and nobody showed up?
Now you need to realize that part of the things I learned in neuro linguistic linguistic programming is the fact that there's no
NLP.
failure. NLP, there's no failure but feedback. So that thing that you said you failed at, it was just feedback. Feedback of how did you do it that really didn't work. And trust me, I've had events that I put up and nobody paid. Yes, so did I cry? No. I went back and I said to myself, let me give you a particular example, right? I noticed that in the city of Port Harcourt,
Mm-hmm.
I see big churches go to bring people from outside, from Lagos, to come and speak. Meanwhile, we are here. We can do excellently amazing work. Why are they not bringing us? Instead of me sucking up and saying, this will see also, we did here. They don't value a prophet in his house and all those kind of things that we say. I began to ask questions. Emeka, what can you do to make you valuable to these individuals and they can bring you to come speak in their churches? I realize that sometimes it's about the perception that you give, the big names perception that you give to yourself. Right now, I have a big billboard in the central area in GRA. My face is there, boldly displayed. Do you know that some of the calls I've gotten, the other day, somebody said to me, and this big pastor in Port Harcourt is asking for your number. I was like, it's beginning to make sense. By the time I just speak in just one of those big churches, and the other big pastors of other big churches see that I've spoken in those places, do you know what it's going to be like? Other invitations will come. So failure is not failure, is actually feedback. Now you go back and say, okay, I did this, I want to sell this, and I want to sell 1,000 units. And at the end of the day, you did 600 units. You come back and say, okay, why didn't I do 1,000 units? Could there have been someone that I should have spoken to? Should there have been places I should go? Did I not do content marketing 20 times a day? That's feedback. So for the next one, you can now know, okay, amplify your voice. Amplify your voice. For example, for me, I realized that having a lot of people following me is one way that I can sell. Over the 2 days in Easter, I said to myself, I wanted to do 1 million naira in sales just from these two products. Daily, I did 2.2 million in 2 days. Now I asked myself, I went back and said, what helped my success to be able to, one of the things that I know that I made that helped me to make that money was the number of followership that I now have. But I made this realization at the beginning of the year when I realized that, man, if you have a lot of followers, it leads to money. So I intentionally decided from the beginning of last year to start beginning of this year, to start increasing the number of followers that are following me. Do you see that? To increase
Yes.
the number of followers. So now there was a week I had 1,000 followers in 1 week. Or there was another week I had 1,000 followers in 1 week. I just crossed 56,000 followers. And every day now I'm checking how many followers I have. I said, now let me check. I said, this morning my Facebook is on. I'm always checking every day how many followers. So this morning now I'm seeing 56,354. I'm counting when will I get to 57,000 followers. You get? That's it. So when you fail at something, you come back and say, okay, why did this fail? Is it that my product is not good? What about marketing efforts? Who should I have reached? Should I have put in money to make more, to run Facebook ads or to run? So you can't just because you failed and then you sit down there and say, oh, I see some individuals, they want to sell something, they are doing only one post in a day. One post. How are you going to make that money? Me, whenever I'm doing a campaign, guy, you see like 10 posts a day, 20 a day. I'm there sharing on my Facebook, on my WhatsApp. I'm putting out stuff. You get, because I want people to see and buy. So that you have failed at something, don't give up. Just do an analysis and find what didn't work and see how you can amplify it for the next campaign that you're going to run. Okay.
Awesome. Okay, so a question: are there any techniques or content for marketing easy to get your audience attention?
Well, the thing I tell individuals is that you don't need to be serious all the time. You understand that loving you is part of marketing. Making people to fall in love with you is part of marketing. Like today now, I've not done any selling thing. I woke up this morning. thinking, okay, what will I share now? I'll make a post to go viral. I said, okay, today is Saturday. What if I start to share about my experiences in marital life? And I went online and I began to share things that have to do with marital life. That people who are not married start thinking that when people who are married every day they are knacking. No, we're not knacking every day. You get what I mean? There are some days you wake up, you're asking yourself, who is this woman that even married? Sir? There are some days that your wife will not move you. If you like, let her be naked, breast pointing straight. The thing is not moving anything. So I wanted people to know these realities. You get there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you look at your husband, man. I know some people who are Christians won't like it, but then there's sometimes you see your husband and say, man, only this guy why don't they chop for like 2 years? What if I chop another guy? These are thoughts that go in the heads of people. But
Mm-hmm.
nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody would say it in church. You get
True.
even pastors sometimes things like that. They have that
Mm-hmm.
fantasy to man, this wife I'm married self. I feel like I just chop another woman. I just feel like that. Just have the scent of another woman. But they're not saying it. So I
Mm-hmm.
decided I was going to come out raw and say this. And I said it this morning. Come and see shares. Come and see that
Mm.
that post now. I don't know if it's getting close to 200 comments already. I'm telling you, maybe I should check it and
Okay.
see. You get what I mean? I'm coming. So the post has 459 comments, 69
That's
shares.
that's
That's what
incredible
that
for
post
the
has.
way Instagram is now. That's
For
incredible.
no, I did it on Facebook. I'm not an
Facebook.
Instagram guy like
Okay.
that. Facebook,
Oh, really?
459 comments, 69 shares.
Wait, that is even
Dear,
Facebook.
it's Facebook. Dear
That's
singles, I
incredible.
said, dear singles, I know it's doing you to marry. It's all right. It's a good thing, but don't worry. When I'm married, I will see him. And I began to share other things. It's not every night that married people will call up and hold each other to sleep. Hand will pain you if you try it every night. Some nights you just want to be on the bed alone. Then I just share it. 69 shares. Now it's dragging people from some other places to come and know who Emeka Nobis is.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes mixing fun, do educational post. You get what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Do strategy post, share your process. You get not
Yes.
every time come and buy, come and buy, come and buy. Make fun,
Mm-hmm.
catch fun, share your fun time, share the things that you're experiencing, share your process. The more you do it, more people start liking you. You get what I mean?
True.
The
True.
more you do it, they start liking you. So make a mix. Strategy post, process post,
Mm-hmm.
inspirational post,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes even do religious post if you can. All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Me, I don't do all those religious posts where it will dwell with you. I don't do. I find those tough ones, those tough conversations that people don't want to
Mm-hmm.
have, and talk about them. People will come. Some of them will be hating me. Some of them will be angry.
You
Some of
don't
them will
mind
like.
being dragged.
No, I don't mind. They don't drag me plenty now. They drag me plenty on some of those religious posts. They will come, even
Okay.
people who say that they are defending God, they will enter
Mm-hmm.
my inbox and be wishing me dead. And I'm like, how are you
Wow.
different? How are you different? If you say you're a Christian and you come in my inbox and wish that I die, then what kind of God are you? So, but they will
Mm-hmm.
come in all their shades and angles. And I'm already, because I know the God I serve, I know
Mm-hmm.
that my God is a good God, he's a loving God. He's not
Mm-hmm.
angry that I'm asking certain questions, right? So it's your
Mm-hmm.
own God that is that kind of deity God that you're worshiping, that you're coming to want to come and impose on me. You get what I mean?
Yes.
So
True.
those are the kind of things that I do,
Mm-hmm.
right? That then when I now put out the product to sell, I mean the video, oh okay, Mecca has really been a blessing. Mecca, and then they buy.
Okay.
Sometimes they're not buying
Oh,
because I'm selling the best, they're buying because it's me and
because
the way
it's
that I
you.
do things. You get what I
Okay.
mean? So
Awesome.
there are no strict techniques except when it comes to storytelling, right?
Hmm.
And certain ways that I do your heading, the way you tell your story. Like for example, yesterday I wanted to market a product of a church. They want to have couples come and pay 90,000 naira so that they sent me a flyer. This is the flyer they sent me. All right. They sent me a flyer. This is the flyer they
Mm-hmm.
sent me that I should talk about it. I said no, I may not use the flyer. First,
Okay.
I will use a picture of me and my wife where we went to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Get this is it. And I started it with I promised to finish because I told my wife I was going to take her. I promised to finish her with food. I made so I started writing it. This is a technique. It's a storytelling technique. I started writing it. Then there comes a point where we call it switch. It's a switching technique. So
Mm-hmm.
I said as I started writing, I said she couldn't, lower the mountains. The food that they served her was so big. And I said she couldn't lower the mountains before her. And now this is where the switch happens. You see, from time to time, it's good for married couples to reboot their love.
Hmm.
Such is great because given the pressures of life, mathematics can become rusty and the flames of love can die off, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I am proud that an event for couples to do this has been designed specifically for you. Love, see, I've started marketing. Love
Mm-hmm.
Reboot 2.2, 2.0 is an exclusive 4-day getaway strictly for married couples. Then I began to talk about that, blah, 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 what was going to happen. My dear, that post
That's
has
incredible.
216, that post has 216 comments, 20 shares.
That's
It's a, sell,
incredible.
it's a selling post too. But if I had come and said, hey, all people who are couples, we have getaway, come and pay 90,000 naira so that you can go, they will not
Yeah.
be looking at me passing.
Mm-hmm.
But see the way I started it out. So these are some of the techniques that we teach. It's not something that we'll fully exhaust here.
Yeah.
So your heading, your body, that switching technique, the use of language. There's some individuals who, when they are marketing, they are talking over people's heads. Remember, I use the
Mm-hmm.
word you. So when I say you, they are thinking me. But when I say them, it sort of disconnects you and say, okay, it's for them. But when I now say you, so you see, there's some of the techniques that you can utilize when it comes to marketing in such a way that will attract your audience and attention. Also, understand that there's a certain way we write content that will make people always talk. You see, content that has to do with sex, content that has to do with religion, content that has to do with politics, relationship, food. These things. When you make content
Yeah.
around these topics, or more, come
Mm-hmm.
and see sex, right? Like for example, I didn't
Yeah.
want to call it sex. I called it Seliman Kuli. You get what I mean? That's what I called it. So people were like, you get
What
what
are
I
you
mean?
saying?
Seliman Kuli.
But it makes sense. I think what I love about your content style is the relatability. And you talked
Yeah,
about having a content mix. I always say it's like a
yeah,
magazine, a lifestyle magazine. So
yeah.
that relatability you've not taken out of it with the value you are adding when you are
Exactly,
selling like 30% of the time, people
exactly.
are like,
So
ah,
it doesn't feel
take
like
my
selling.
money.
Take my money. It doesn't feel like selling. You get what I mean? Like
Yes.
even when I sell
Yes.
book, it doesn't look like selling. I
Mm-hmm.
can use someone's story that yesterday I wanted to sell bank a lot, but I was like, how do I do this? So one girl sent me gratitude post. 20-year-old girl, that she read chapter 5 of my book Bank a lot, and that's how she has been able to come up with it with the title. That title now has helped her to make 76,000 naira in a few days. That her target is to make 100,000. 100,000 is small though to me, but that's a 20-year-old girl thinking
That's
of how she can
amazing.
make 100K on her 20th birthday. So when I wrote it, she showed the appreciation for that book, the chapter 5. Come and see book coming into the comment section. I think I need bank alert now. I need bank alert now. Like that. And then that's how we were able to sell. So that's to show
Hmm.
you that don't always come out and make it look like as if you want to sell. You sell without selling. You get. So people need to understand these techniques and see how they can infuse it in your marketing to make them sell.
Awesome. I think what you've talking about user generated content, the brand that
Yeah.
did it was shot with an iPhone.
You
And
see?
when Apple did that, it was just simply shot with an iPhone, and everybody was like, "Oh, if they can shoot this on an iPhone, I
Now
want an iPhone."
let me make you some let me give you an example with what I did during the Easter period, right? Before selling what I did in the Easter period, I did what I call a primer post, a priming post. So I
Mm-hmm.
came and said, I'm thinking of what to do for you guys on Easter that is good. What do you
Mm-hmm.
think I should do for you guys on Easter? People came there and say, make buy me a laptop. I need money for my this. I need money for this. But I was checking everything. Some of them were like, Emeka, I need all your courses. I need you to sell at cheap. Then now people were now saying that they wanted me to showcase them on my timeline. Do you know that as I was reading all the comments, majority of the individuals are saying two things. Please, I need your cost to be cheap so that I can buy. Secondly, I need you to showcase me. I said, okay, it's making sense now. And I decided I was going to do two things: showcase people on my timeline and make my courses cheap. So on Easter Day, what I did was to take 20,000 naira courses and make them 1,000 naira to
Mm-hmm.
appeal to my audience to say, okay, I have listened to you guys. This is what I have to do. Then all the pictures that I took, they were intentional. You need to realize this. People want to connect with someone on a journey of wealth. I took my friends to there are lounges around here. They don't need to be expensive. You can buy 2,000 naira big shape or 1,000 naira, 500 naira, hold it in your hand and take picture. So I took my friend. there. And I told her, look, this angle, this is what I want you to get. She got angles. I took another friend of mine, bought big shawarma, big hamburger, this burger. And I took pictures with burger. Everything I did was intentional. You cannot be saying that you want to help people to make money and you're looking like a pauper. It doesn't make sense. Your shirt is rumpled. Everything you're saying, I'm trying to be myself. I'm trying to be my. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't promote the market. You get what I mean?
There's a method to the madness.
Every picture that I was using was intentionally shot to be able to project that journey of wealth and make me okay. Let me buy this guy's course. As I buy this guy's course now, I got a chop burger like this. I buy this course, guy course now. I got a shark better like this guy. That is the thinking psychologically. So that's marketing. So when that's what people are thinking about, oh more this guy, if I buy this course now, if I practice what this guy course now, I gotta go better restaurant like this, they chop. Even when I posted about my wife's taking her out and I put a picture of the okra soup that we bought for 7K. And trust me, I'm not lying. Two of us, we spent 15,400 naira. Trust me, that money is small for a lot of individuals. But there's so many individuals who are like, man, 15K to chop food like this. I'm gonna pot of soup for 2 weeks. Now this guy just chop like this. So individuals will say, oh, I want to be ball like this guy to chop 7K soup. Make I go buy that in course. As soon as I buy them, I go down hammer, go chop. So these are things that we impute here and there emotionally, psychologically to make people want to buy. Why do you think that people like Tony Lumeli are taking pictures inside their aircraft? You think it's just to be posing? No, they're attracting other billionaires, my guy. You don't think say that they just do and Lumelu, he has jet now. He never tired to snap picture, but he's still snapping. Even his other friend, Totela, they're attracting other billionaires from other different parts of the world to come and felicitate with them. So it's not just to be snapping. They know what they're doing. So when I see people say they are doing it because you are doing it because you want to show that you are proud, you are showing yourself. Forget them. Do like this. Do little feedback. Get the fuck out, man. You know what I mean?
Emeka,
I'm not there for you.
That's F finger. F finger.
That's it now. If you cannot do like this, do it in your mind. Be doing it in your mind, but you cannot do like this. Do it like that, or you do it in your mind because they are not for them. You see all these people who come up and say, you are showing yourself. They don't know who you are. You are attracting the big boys. You are attracting those who need us. I don't need you. There are people I'm attracting. So when you come, you are doing.
And the same thing okay, I will ask the last question. People say you're doing it for clout.
Story. Let them be there. Be talking that I'm doing it for clout. There are people that I'm attracting. I'm not attracting you. Be there in your own. Let me be attracting the people that I want to attract. So also learn to shut your ears sometimes. There's a picture of my office here. I don't know if I can show it. See it. See this is my picture here.
Oh, see no yes.
You see those monkeys, they're always ministering to me, whether they're a monkey or baboon. I'm gonna close your eye, they focus. You get shut your mouth, they do your thing. Block your ear, they run your show. You get what I mean? Those are my ministering monkeys. They minister to
ministry
me.
monkeys. Okay.
You get what I mean? So that's what I would tell people too. That's what I would tell people too. And just focus on my camera.
Awesome.
You are already causing issue. See someone. See someone. See comment from someone. See comment from someone. That's my boss. I'll give them.
I'm gonna give them bless them. Give them. Yeah, focusing on for like I don't know, say all this picture where they take now. Say, what is your the other day you took picture like you said you're a politician. People they vex, you don't know. They say what's this one on the phone? But who cares? Attracting boys who come and bring money to publish book there. Somebody did that.
Yes.
Man,
do like this. I can actually attest to that, Emeka. There is one night she came from US and the next day she came to the office, and we had a meeting. And she was like, Fola, I've been following you. I've been seeing what you're doing. And there's something I like about the way you use your art. You understand? The way you dress. You understand? You don't do like everyday publisher that I know and all of that.
Exactly. You know,
People
many of them are looking haggard, and they say it's only book and
do
all
you
that. I
understand?
mean,
But and then that's how we got the job. We published for her, and the book is even out. And that's truly amazing. I can really attest to that. Emeka, you are doing amazing job, and super. I can connect my marketing strength to a whole lot of stuff I've learned or seen you do. You understand? You're truly, truly amazing. And if you're watching this, you are not following Emeka, I don't know what to tell you. You want to go follow Emeka everywhere on social media. Emeka, you've done so well for us today.
thanks
Meanwhile,
a lot, man.
I was expecting to see you on your heart. What happened today?
because I'm going to use this now. So if I put the heart, the thing will not.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was it well. I thought as
yeah,
much.
once it
Okay.
will, yeah.
Awesome section. Before you
Thanks, man.
go, before we allow you go, what can you tell people? Um, More like your last statement before you leave the show right now. What do you want to, what advice do you want to give people?
I
Creative
just tell
watching
people,
this.
just go ahead. Please keep marketing yourself. There's nothing like over marketing. Keep showing your work. Keep showing your process. Keep showing your results to the best of your ability. That within the ambit of what you can share, you're attracting people who need you, not people who don't need you. Those naysayers will
Mm,
always talk, but please understand that you are reaching out. You're doing what you're doing because you're attracting those who need your message, your journey, your story.
mm,
All right. So keep doing it, keep marketing, and keep attracting them because you need money to be able to push further, not just to eat now, or to spend, or to just keep pushing forth. Okay, somebody's asking my social media handles. Yeah, Emeka Nobis is
yes.
there. If you go on Facebook, Emeka Nobis, you see me. I'm wearing a hat and eyeglass, right?
Yeah.
Just Emeka Nobis. So then on Instagram is at Nobis Emeka. So it's a reverse at Nobis Emeka on Instagram. So thank you, everybody.
I'm
And if
going
you are,
to I'm putting that on the, so just in
yeah,
case you're
fine,
not getting the
yeah. So
spelling.
that's it.
That's
So and if you
Emeka
are if
Nobi.
you are in Uyo, if you are in business, if you are in Uyo, we are going to do Uyo, me and my partner, on the 30th of April, at the Ibom Library, 30th of April. If you're in Uyo, please do well to come. It's absolutely free. Can be there. We are teaching them business structure and shameless marketing also. We also be in other states. So if you're in Enugu, we are going to come to Enugu in the month of May. In the month of June, we'll be in Abuja. In July, we'll be in Lagos. In August, we'll be in Accra, Ghana. And then we finally end up in Port Harcourt in September. Every last Saturday of the month, that's when we are fixed for those cities. So those are my last comments, last statement for the show today.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Emeka. We'll talk behind
Thanks
the
very
show,
much.
right?
Thanks,
Yeah.
Fola. Thanks very much for this
Enjoy.
initiative. You're doing great well. Amazing, man.
Thank you. All right. Take care, Emeka.
Thanks.
All right, and that is it on the Wealthy Creative. Thank you for joining this time. We hope to host even more of these to help creatives get better, not just at the craft, but how to make money, to really make money from what they are doing. You want to share this video with anybody that you think would need to hear what has been shared since 3 days now. It's been back to back. Thank you, my co-host DK Jonah. Connect with DK Jonah on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram. She's truly amazing. She can hold your hand and take you to the promised land. When it comes to managing and your brand on social media, and attract the premium brand that you truly want to attract. And of course, follow Warita. Do well to follow Warita on all social media platforms. I remain your host, Fola Gbade, the celebrity publisher. Bye for now.